Great news out of the Standing Rock situation, obviously, is President Obama denied them the permit to drill further. They will not be able to get an easement under Lake Oahe. And I wanted to show you some of the people on the ground. Jordan Chariton's been interviewing them and get their reaction to this great news. Let's go to the first video.
We've been here in a prayerful way, peaceful way. All the atrocities that we faced, we still remain peaceful. We still remain prayerful, and to see the support from the people coming in as a result is really amazing. And the amount of support nationwide as well worldwide that has come in is truly beautiful.
It is, man. I love to see it. People getting united. Now, here's another woman, and I like what she calls the pipeline. That's part of why I wanted to show this to you. Let's watch.
My first thoughts are like, whoa, finally he's listening to some sort of reason. We did kill the black snake. And this is the power of the people. This is the power of the people. This is the power of prayer. So, I mean, they're still going to try some kind of way. There'll be all kinds of litigation. The tribes still have their lawsuits. Standing Rock, Cheyenne River, Yankton still have lawsuits. I'm sure Energy Chancellor will try to do something. But effectively, the investors will start pulling out. It's dead.
Now, she's hopeful. Some others are more guarded, as I'll show you in a second. But calling the pipeline the black snake, that's an interesting way of referring to it. And I like that she thanked President Obama there. Just like me, she was surprised. Here, I'll add one more thing I'm surprised about. Look, the whole time they've been praying, the Standing Rock Sioux tribe there and all the other Indian tribes that came out. And I'm agnostic, so not a big believer in the power of prayer, when we've talked about it on the show before. And so, and to some degree, I wasn't skeptical about their activism at all. I couldn't support that more. But I was a little skeptical about the prayer, I'll be honest with you. And Wes, on Old School, which is one of Young Turks' shows that the members get, talked about how he found Jesus and that he was helping him all along and that all these wonderful things were going to happen. Now, this was, well over a month ago. And he said, I think I'm going to organize a couple of thousand veterans to go help the water protectors. I'm like, sure, Wes, sure you are. And that guy wasn't that much of a jerk. But I was thinking, really, Jesus and their prayer, which of course is a little different prayer, but to me it's all the same thing. I was skeptical, but all of a sudden, the undoable, a little bit more doable today. So credit to everybody, even ones I couldn't imagine, right? And then now more reaction, a little bit more skeptical here, more about the fight going forward. Let's hear from another protester.
This is a victory for us, but it's a very small victory. The one thing that's coming out of this is Dakota Access no longer has the protection of the law, the militarized police force. And if North Dakota continues to protect them with their police force, that's on North Dakota, and they're going out of the realm of their law. They have abused us, and many violations of civil rights have happened here, just for us praying, like the day in the river or in the creek over there at Turtle Island, and last Sunday on the bridge. And so it'll be nice to see that pull back and see what comes out of this as far as the removal of the militarized police force. But we know that Dakota Access won't stop drilling because of this. They're going to still continue, just like they did when they stopped. They put the stop on the 20 miles around the lake. They still continued to build within there. The law has never stopped them.
Okay, I love to see people who were out there for so long under such hard conditions and to get a great moment like this and to have the spirit to say we fight on. Now, I got to tell you, just real quick, Wes also made me promise that if he can get Donald Trump to turn around on climate change and actually fight to go after climate change, keep all the treaties, and to go forward, that I would consider Jesus. Now, that is highly unlikely, okay? But I said I would. I mean, you didn't think he'd be able to do this. And I'm not saying it was Jesus that did it, although Wes is saying that. Wes Clark has been with us for about a decade here at the Young Turks. Well, do you believe in miracles? Now, I want to show you a medic who's been there, from what I understand, almost the entire time. I believe her name is Victory, which is a great name. So let me show you that medic that's been on the ground, and they did a long speech here, but this is a small part of it.
First of all, I honor the brothers out here with the tender hearts. I really want to honor the sisters and the women. Thank you for the women in the military. So I just want to clear up a few facts while the media is looking at us, and I thank you for that. And I also want to thank TYT and Unicorn Riot for being with us from the beginning.
We appreciate that, but I also wanted to point out what she said in the beginning there. So Wes Clark and Michael Wood, who organized the 2,000 veterans to go out there, they put Native American women veterans in charge of every division that they had there of the 2,000 veterans, and that is Sioux tradition, and they're all veterans of the U.S. military, and so the cavalry rose up in this case to come protect Native Americans. I love every aspect of it. And then finally, also a little bit hopeful note here. Jordan found a 13-year-old girl who's also a water protector and wanted to be part of this, and she did something amazing. I want to show that to you too.
I'm here with a runner. You ran from Washington State all the way here.
Oh no, from here in July to Washington, D.C.
She ran from here in July to Washington, D.C. with other runners. You're 13. What made you run from Standing Rock to D.C.?
It made me run because I didn't want to see a future without water for my children, my grandchildren, and for others. And we're doing it for other people that are with the pipeline too, and they just don't know that.
As a young person, when you see this kind of force, this kind of collective coming together, that it could actually achieve something like this, what does that mean to you for your future?
It means to me that people could change who they are, and change is good. And with all of us coming together, that could help it. And a lot of us younger people, I feel like we'll have a really big future from this.
What did you do when you were 13? I know I didn't do anything like that. So if you ask me, the future is bright.